25 signs you both are thinking each other but secretly. Old Stoic wisdom. Love is not about possession. Love is about appreciation. Osho. Have you ever experienced that sensation where you're thinking about someone so intensely that it almost feels as if they are thinking of you at the same moment? It's as if an invisible thread ties your minds together, subtly drawing you both closer without a single word being exchanged. According to psychology, when two people share a deep emotional or energetic bond, their minds often synchronize in ways that are not always obvious but profoundly felt. Even without text messages, calls, or direct communication, the connection endures. This is not just a romantic notion, it's rooted in human psychology. Today, we'll explore 25 subtle yet compelling psychological signs that reveal both of you are unknowingly aligned in your thoughts and emotions. Sign 1. The random thought connection. Imagine going about your day, and all of a sudden, a fleeting thought of them crosses your mind. It could be something simple, like remembering their laugh or recalling a conversation you had. But there's something different about it. It's a thought that feels charged with emotional energy. And right when you're experiencing this, they call, or send a message, or something in your environment happens that brings them back into your awareness. It's as if the universe has just nudged you, offering you a gentle reminder that you're not alone in your thoughts. This isn't mere coincidence. It's a phenomenon known as reciprocal thought energy, where the emotional connection between two people becomes so strong that it creates a mental echo. Psychology suggests that when two people share a deep emotional bond, their thoughts can unconsciously trigger each other. It's like the waves of your mind are subtly influencing the other, even though you haven't said a word or made an action. When you experience this random thought connection, it's your mind acknowledging that your emotional energy is being picked up on by the other person. You both might not be consciously aware of it, but there is an invisible thread that binds your thoughts. This is a reminder that your connection transcends the physical realm, and that thoughts and emotions can communicate with each other without a single word being spoken. Don't dismiss these occurrences as mere happenstance. They are signals from the universe that the bond you share is profound, and the energy between you both is very much alive. Sign 2. Synchronicities keep happening. Have you ever found yourself hearing their favourite song just as you're thinking about them? Or perhaps you unexpectedly bump into someone who shares mutual connections with you both. Maybe their name pops up on your screen, in a conversation, or even on the radio at the exact moment you're wondering about them. These moments aren't just coincidental. They're part of what psychologists refer to as the frequency of awareness. Essentially, the more you think about someone, the more you tune your mind to pick up on things that remind you of them. Synchronicities are more than just happy accidents. They are signals, subtle yet profound, that both your minds are attuned to each other. When two people share a deep connection, their awareness of each other expands beyond the conscious mind. It's as if your brain is picking up frequencies that align with your thoughts, and the universe or fate responds with these repetitive signs. What's fascinating is that this isn't just happening to you. It's likely happening to them too. They are probably experiencing the same phenomena, noticing the same patterns, hearing the same songs, or encountering the same reminders. It's as if the universe is winking at you both, gently nudging you to pay attention. These synchronicities aren't just moments of coincidence. They are proof that your connection is being noticed, not just by you, but by the universe itself. Don't ignore these signs. They are the universe's way of telling you that your thoughts and energy are aligned, and that you and this person are more deeply connected than you might even realize. Sign 3. You dream about each other. There's something incredibly powerful about dreams. They often reveal truths that our conscious minds may not fully understand. Have you ever woken up from a dream where they were right there? And when you woke up, it felt like their presence lingered in your heart and mind, even though they weren't physically there. That is no accident. Dreams are a reflection of our subconscious mind, and when someone is emotionally invested in us, their energy can imprint on our subconscious in ways we don't always consciously recognize. Dream psychologists argue that the subconscious mind picks up on emotional vibrations, especially those from people with whom we have strong connections. If both of you are appearing in each other's dreams, it's a clear sign of a secret mental and emotional link. This bond is so strong that even when you are not consciously thinking about each other, your subconscious minds are in constant communication. You may not understand why you're dreaming about them, but it's the subconscious telling you something important. You both are energetically and emotionally connected in a way that is undeniable. The interesting thing about these dreams is that they often bring with them intense emotional responses. You may wake up feeling more connected, or sometimes even feeling a deep sense of longing. The bond is so powerful that it transcends the waking world and enters into the realm of dreams, leaving its imprint on your subconscious. Don't brush these dreams aside. They're significant. They are windows into the deeper, often unspoken aspects of your connection. Sign 4. Sudden mood shifts. Have you ever experienced a sudden shift in your mood? One moment, you're fine, and the next, you feel emotional, nostalgic, or even anxious without any apparent reason. Sometimes, this isn't just your own mind working. It's the emotional energy of someone else filtering through to you. It's as if their thoughts and feelings are so strong that they bleed into your own emotional state. This phenomenon is not random. If you and this person are both experiencing these mood shifts at the same time, it is a sign of mutual emotional awareness. When someone you're emotionally connected to is thinking intensely about you or feeling deeply about you, it often triggers an emotional response within you. You may not understand why you suddenly feel nostalgic, sad, or even euphoric, but it's likely because their emotions are affecting yours. It's a type of emotional synchronization, where your energies align in such a way that one person's feelings can influence the other. What's even more interesting is that you may notice these mood shifts happening at similar times. This is not just coincidence. It's the invisible pull between two people who are emotionally tuned to each other's energy. It's a reminder that your connection is deeper than you may realize, and that your emotional states are intertwined in ways that can't be explained through logic or reason. If this happens to you, don't brush it off. It's a sign that the bond between you two is more powerful than you might have imagined, and that your connection is a force that affects both of you at the core level. Sign 5. You feel watched or sensed. Have you ever had that uncanny feeling that they're watching you, even when they aren't physically present? Maybe you feel their gaze, their presence, even when they aren't around. This isn't a flight of fancy. It's the result of a deep psychological connection. When someone is emotionally invested in you, their thoughts and feelings can be so strong that they create an energy field around you. Your subconscious mind picks up on this energetic pull, making you feel as though they are right there with you. This feeling is known as psychological projection. When someone intensely focuses on you, their emotional energy gets projected, and your subconscious picks up on these vibrations. You may not see them, but you can feel their presence in a very real, tangible way. It's as if their thoughts are reaching out and touching you, even though there's no physical contact. It's a clear sign that their energy is still deeply present in your life, and that they are thinking about you in ways you might not have realized. These sensations can be unsettling at times, but they are also deeply comforting. They are a reminder that your connection isn't limited to the physical world. It extends into the emotional and energetic realms. When you feel their presence in silence, it's because their energy is actively reaching out to you, and your mind is picking up on it. Don't dismiss this sensation as mere imagination. It's your subconscious mind picking up on the fact that this person is emotionally attuned to you, and their thoughts are making their way into your space. Sign 6. You both stalk each other online. In this digital age, it's almost a given that you'll check in on someone's social media from time to time, but when it becomes a pattern, where neither of you likes, comments, or directly interacts, yet you find yourself repeatedly visiting each other's profiles. There's something more to it. Psychologists call this digital monitoring, and it's a subtle but undeniable sign that you are both emotionally invested in each other. It's a silent, invisible connection, where you both continue to check in on each other's lives without outwardly showing it. You may not be texting or commenting on their posts, but you're still present in each other's virtual spaces. What's fascinating about this behavior is that it often happens when both people are trying to maintain some emotional distance, yet their curiosity and emotional attachment lead them to check up on each other anyway. It's as if you're both quietly acknowledging the connection, even if you're not speaking about it directly. It's a way of staying connected without fully engaging, almost like a passive way of keeping tabs. While you're both silently present in each other's lives, there's also a deep unspoken bond that lingers in the background. The more you notice this pattern, the more you should pay attention. It's an indication that your relationship isn't just about physical interaction. It has a deeper, more emotional layer, one that exists even in the quiet moments. It's a reminder that the emotional energy you share doesn't need to be loudly proclaimed. Sometimes, it speaks in the quiet act of simply checking in, seeing how the other person is doing, and quietly acknowledging their presence in your life. Sign 7. You sense their presence in silence. Have you ever been alone and yet felt like they're still with you? Not physically, but emotionally. It's as if their presence is lingering in your mind and heart, even when they're nowhere around. This sensation is what psychologists call emotional memory imprinting. When someone has a strong emotional presence in your life, their energy can leave an imprint on your emotional body. It's a bond that remains even when they're not physically present. This can feel oddly comforting or, at times, disconcerting. You may be in a room by yourself, but it's almost as if their energy is still surrounding you, making their presence felt in ways that words cannot explain. Their thoughts or emotions may not be spoken aloud, but they are somehow there, lingering in the air, almost as if the connection you share transcends physical distance. If you experience this, take it as a profound sign of the deep emotional imprint that person has left on your life. It's more than just a fleeting memory. It's a psychological and emotional mark that continues to influence you even when they're not present. This connection isn't just something that happens when you're together, it's woven into your very being. So when you sense their presence in moments of quiet solitude, it's not your imagination. It's a tangible sign that your bond is deeply ingrained within you, leaving an emotional echo that transcends time and space. Don't dismiss this feeling. Embrace it as a powerful confirmation of the connection you share. Sign 8. You experience telepathic synchronicity. There's a strange and uncanny feeling that comes over you when you're about to reach out to someone, whether it's picking up the phone to call them or preparing to send a message, and, just as you're about to do so, your phone rings, and it's them. Or perhaps, just as you start to write them a text, you receive a message from them first. This is what is known as telepathic synchronicity, a mental and emotional alignment that allows your thoughts to match up even without conscious intention. This experience is a clear sign that your thoughts and feelings are so closely aligned with theirs that they manifest in real time. It's almost as if your minds are in perfect harmony, sending out signals that are perfectly synchronized. The timing is too perfect to be coincidental, and it happens when you're both mentally tuned to each other, even when you haven't explicitly decided to connect. Telepathic synchronicity is one of those magical yet tangible signs that demonstrate just how deep your mental and emotional connection truly is. It's more than just thinking of them at the same time. It's your inner thoughts and energies being so connected that they create an almost psychic exchange between you. If you experience this regularly, don't disregard it as a fluke. It's an undeniable sign that the bond you share isn't just a physical one, but a mental and emotional alignment that goes far beyond words or actions. Sign 9. You finish each other's sentences. Have you ever noticed that? When you're talking to them, you can finish each other's sentences. It's as if you both instinctively know what the other is going to say before the words are even spoken. This happens because of a deep mental attunement. When two people are emotionally connected and in sync, their minds tend to operate on the same wavelength. It's as if you both share the same mental space, knowing exactly how the other is thinking or feeling. This doesn't just happen during casual conversations. It also occurs in those moments of silence, when you can still hear their thoughts or intuitively know what they're about to say. It's as if their mental and emotional energy is so closely aligned with yours that you can anticipate their words without them having to speak. This type of attunement is not a coincidence. It's the result of spending enough time together, sharing enough experiences, and building enough emotional intimacy to create a bond that goes far beyond the spoken word. When you experience this level of mental synchronization, it's a clear sign that your connection with them is deep. You don't need words to communicate. You've both learned to understand each other on a level that transcends language. This is the mark of a truly profound connection, one that speaks not just through the words you say, but through the unspoken understanding that flows between you. Sign 10. You keep getting reminded of them everywhere you go. Have you ever been walking down the street and suddenly something catches your eye? Maybe it's their favorite brand of coffee or a perfume that smells just like them, or perhaps a place you both talked about visiting. It's like the universe is conspiring to remind you of them in the most subtle and unexpected ways. These moments aren't just random, they're emotional cues that your brain is actively linking to this person. Your mind is making these connections because it has linked their emotional energy with these things, places, and even sounds. It's not your imagination playing tricks on you. These reminders are happening because your brain is tuning into the emotional connection you share, and it's reinforcing that link every time you encounter something related to them. What's even more fascinating is that they may be experiencing the same reminders in their own way, linking these same things back to you. When you start noticing these reminders everywhere, take a moment to appreciate them. They are proof that your bond is so strong that even the smallest details in the world around you are tied to the emotional connection you share. It's like the universe itself is trying to reinforce the fact that this connection is real and lasting, even when you're not consciously aware of it. Don't ignore these signs. They are powerful, subtle reminders that the bond you share is more than just a fleeting moment. It's a deeply ingrained part of your emotional world. Sign 11. The sudden urge to text. The sudden urge to text. But you don't. You know the feeling. You pick up your phone, your fingers hover over their name, and you begin typing. Then, just as quickly, you stop. You put the phone back down, unsure if you should send the message. It's a strange, almost magnetic force that pulls you toward them, yet a hesitation that holds you back. And you know what's even crazier? Sometimes, you realize that they're doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. You might not see it, but emotionally, you're connected at a level that goes beyond reason. This little moment of hesitation, though, it's more than just indecision. It's a silent signal of vulnerability. Both of you are tiptoeing around your feelings, afraid of what a simple text could imply, but you don't, and they don't, and that shared moment of restraint speaks louder than words. That is a sign you're both thinking of each other, but neither of you is ready to let it slip. Don't ignore this. It's the subtle dance of emotional connection, and if you look closely, it's happening more often than you think. Sign 12. You get anxious without reason. Have you ever been suddenly hit by an overwhelming feeling of anxiety? The kind that seems to have no explanation, no particular trigger, nothing specific you can point to? You might chalk it up to stress or overwork, but here's the thing sometimes. It's because someone else is thinking of you. Not just any someone, but the person who shares a deep emotional bond with you. When they're feeling intense emotions, especially emotional pain, you can feel it too. It's a ripple, a subtle shift in the emotional air between you, and you sense it without even realizing why. This is what's called emotional resonance, a phenomenon where your mind picks up on the emotions of others, especially someone you're deeply connected to. Don't doubt it when you feel inexplicable anxiety, because it's very likely that the person on your mind is going through something that you're picking up on, whether you know it or not. You're both tied in a way that defies logic, and the bond sends waves through your emotional states. Pay attention to these signs, They're part of the hidden connection that links your hearts in ways words can't explain. Sign 13. Mutual eye contact when around. You know when you're in a room and you feel those eyes on you, even from across the room. That's not just a coincidence. If your eyes meet often, even in a crowd, it's no accident. It's an unconscious need, a silent urge to reconnect. Eyes are the most powerful form of non-verbal communication, the windows to the soul, and they speak volumes without a single word being exchanged. When you lock eyes, there's a moment of recognition, a spark of connection that bypasses the need for speech. You might not say a thing, but there's a whole conversation happening right there. The eyes tell the story of shared thoughts, shared feelings, and shared moments. That lingering look, that brief yet powerful connection, it's proof that the emotional bond you share runs deep, and you both feel it. Whether you admit it to each other or not, you don't need to speak, because your eyes are doing the talking for you. That's the power of connection. It's not just about being in the same place at the same time. It's about the way your eyes can carry the weight of unspoken emotions. And the best part, they do it every single time. Sign 14. They bring up small details you thought they forgot. Have you ever been in a conversation with them and they mention something small, something seemingly insignificant that you thought they had forgotten about long ago? Maybe it was a moment, a random detail, or something you mentioned in passing once. And suddenly, there it is, floating to the surface again. They bring it up like it was just yesterday, like they've been holding onto it all along. It's surprising, even a little uncanny, but it's also a sure sign that you've been on their mind. Why else would they remember something so trivial, unless it was something they thought about time and time again? These small details might seem trivial to others, but to you, they're a proof that they're paying attention to you in ways that go beyond what's immediately apparent. It's a sign of care, of being emotionally invested. That tiny moment you thought they had forgotten, it's still alive in their mind, lingering and echoing like a small yet significant piece of the bigger picture you're both creating together. Don't overlook these little moments. They're the quietest yet most telling signs that you're both thinking about each other, even in the smallest ways. Sign 15. They post content that matches your mood. This one might seem like a coincidence at first, but after a few times, you'll start to notice the pattern. You're feeling low, maybe a little off, and then suddenly they post something deep, something that feels like it resonates with what you're going through, or maybe you're in a great mood, and out of nowhere, their stories reflect that same joy. It's like they're reading your mind, and they're posting content that mirrors your emotional state. Psychologists have a term for this emotional mirroring. It's a phenomenon where two people reflect each other's emotional states, almost as if they're in sync. They don't even have to say a word to make you feel understood. Their posts, their stories, their captions, they're all part of the silent conversation happening between the two of you. They're not just posting for the world, they're posting for you. They know you're watching, and they're speaking to you without ever needing to say your name. Don't dismiss these moments. They're a powerful indication that you're both in tune with each other's inner worlds. It's emotional communication at its finest, and it's happening all around you. Sign 16. You get déjà vu around them. Ever been in a new place, but the feeling is oddly familiar? It's like your soul has been there before, like you've walked those streets or sat in that very spot, even though it's your first time. It's called déjà vu, and it's not just a trick of the mind. When you're around someone with whom you share a deep emotional connection, those moments of familiarity can feel intense, almost like the universe is telling you that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Déjà vu is sometimes your subconscious mind's way of saying, this person belongs in your life. They've always been here, even if you've only just met them. It's an eerie feeling, but it's also a powerful confirmation of a connection that goes beyond time and place. The more you experience it, the more you'll begin to realize that it's not random. It's your heart recognizing something familiar, something important. That sense of déjà vu around them, It's proof that you've crossed paths in more ways than one. You're not just meeting in this moment. Your souls have met before, and that's something to pay attention to. Sign 17, you're both single yet not looking. Here's an interesting one. You're both single. You're both free to date, to explore other options, and yet neither of you is actively looking. Why? Because deep down, you both know that the other person is the one you're emotionally holding space for, even if you haven't admitted it to each other. There's a quiet understanding that you're emotionally reserved for one another. Maybe you've both had opportunities to meet new people, but for some reason, nothing feels right. Nothing compares. That's not coincidence. That's emotional alignment, the silent understanding that, despite everything, you're waiting for each other. It's like both of you are in a holding pattern, waiting for the right moment, but neither of you is ready to make the first move. It's a powerful sign that you're both emotionally tied, waiting for the right time to make it official, but scared to admit it. Don't ignore this. It's a clear sign that you both recognize something special between you, even if you're not ready to acknowledge it out loud. Sign 18. You're more productive when apart, but restless. Here's the thing: when you're apart, you get more done. You're focused, efficient, and can check off your to-do list like nobody's business. But at the same time, there's a nagging feeling in the back of your mind. It's restlessness. You're productive, but emotionally drained. Your mind is restless because, deep down, it knows something is unresolved. There's an emotional need, an unspoken connection between you and them that hasn't been addressed yet. Even though you're doing fine on the surface, you feel that emotional hole. It's a sign that you're both mentally linked. And when you're not together, there's an emotional void. That is the emotional weight that you both carry. The unsaid words and unacknowledged feelings that keep you from feeling truly fulfilled. Don't dismiss that feeling. It's not about being busy. It's about feeling incomplete when the other person isn't around. Pay attention to that restlessness. It's a sign that something is missing in your emotional life, and only the two of you can fill it. Sign 19, you know when they're struggling. Have you ever sensed that something was off, even though they didn't say a word? Maybe they seem quiet, distant, or a little down, but you don't need them to tell you what's going on. You just know. That's emotional clairvoyance. You're picking up on their emotions without them having to say anything. And more often than not, you're right. You know exactly when they're struggling, even if they try to hide it. This ability to sense their emotional state without words is a powerful sign of how connected you are. You're in tune with each other's inner worlds in a way that few people are. Don't brush this off. It's a sign of a deep emotional bond that allows you to communicate without speaking. When you know they're struggling, and you know it before they even say it, that's not a coincidence. It's an emotional connection that runs deeper than surface level. Embrace it, because it's a rare and beautiful thing. Sign 20, you catch yourself smiling, thinking about them. You know those moments when you're just going about your day, and out of nowhere, a smile creeps across your face. You didn't see anything funny, nothing made you laugh, yet there you are, smiling. What's going on? The answer is simple. You're thinking about them. That person is occupying your mind, and even though they haven't done anything, just the thought of them is enough to make you smile. And here's the kicker, they're probably experiencing the same thing. You might not be together, but you're both smiling in silence, sharing an unspoken joy that comes from mutual affection. This is a beautiful, quiet joy that only the two of you can experience. And while it might seem small, it's a profound sign that you're both emotionally connected on a deep level. Don't underestimate these moments of silent joy. They're a powerful indicator of the love and affection that's silently blooming between you. Sign 21. Random waves of nostalgia hit you. It's like an unexpected flood of emotions. One moment you're in the middle of your day, and the next, you're caught in the rush of memories that seem to hit you out of nowhere. You start remembering those light-hearted moments, that shared laugh you both enjoyed, the way they looked at you when something unspoken passed between the two of you. You feel a deep, unshakable longing, the kind that doesn't come from just a single event, but from a deep connection you once shared. It's as though your heart yearns for something that's still very much alive, even though you're apart. And the truth is, this kind of nostalgia isn't just a random feeling. It happens when your brain senses that there's still some kind of unresolved emotional presence between you two, a feeling that hasn't quite been processed or let go of. It's a deep-seated emotional echo, and most often, it's mutual. If you're feeling it, there's a good chance they are too. The more you reminisce, the clearer it becomes that this emotional bond still exists, waiting for resolution. And when the memory surfaces, it's like a wave that crashes through your consciousness, bringing with it not just nostalgia, but an intense reminder that the connection is far from over. Don't ignore it. Be aware that this emotional trigger is your subconscious mind trying to communicate something powerful to you, a signal that what was once shared still has a place in your life today. That's the power of true emotional entanglement. When these random waves of nostalgia hit, don't shy away from them. Instead, acknowledge them as a sign that the emotional bond has yet to be fully untangled. If you're feeling this way, it's because you're connected, whether you're consciously aware of it or not, and more likely than not, they are feeling it too. Sign 22. You feel a deep calm after thinking of them. In the middle of chaos, when everything around you is screaming for attention, there's that one thought that brings you peace. It's not a thought of something distant or removed. It's the thought of them. In the whirlwind of life, when your nervous system is overstimulated and your mind is racing, simply thinking of them has the strange power to bring an immediate calm. You don't need to hear their voice or see them. Just the thought of them alone is enough to slow your heart rate, to steady your breath. You feel that deep emotional grounding when you think of them, because deep down, you associate them with safety. Emotional safety? This is the kind of connection that runs far deeper than any momentary pleasure or distraction. It's a sign that you're spiritually and emotionally tied, and that thought of them evokes a sense of peace, because, on a subconscious level, you feel they bring you a level of emotional comfort that is unmatched. The chaos outside, the world that constantly demands your attention, fades into the background, and you're left with the tranquil thought of them, steady, soothing, constant. The best part, if you feel this way, there's a high chance that they do too. It's not just a one-sided sensation, it's a shared experience, one that transcends physical proximity and communicates deep emotional connection. If you've ever felt that calm wash over you after thinking of them, you must understand that it's more than just a fleeting sensation. It's a powerful indication that your bond is something unique and enduring, something that brings you both comfort in the most chaotic moments. Sign 23. You find yourself thinking of them at the strangest times. It's not like you're consciously trying to remember them, but out of nowhere, they pop into your mind. You could be standing in line at the grocery store, driving to work, or even just sitting in the middle of a meeting, and suddenly, there they are, occupying your thoughts like they have always been there, silently waiting for attention. What makes this even more curious is that it's not just any kind of thought. It's a deep, emotional thought, the kind that pulls you out of whatever you are doing and makes you reflect on them, even for just a moment. This is the kind of connection that doesn't need any invitation to show up in your consciousness. It's like your mind is constantly keeping tabs on them, even when you think you're not paying attention. And it's not just a fleeting thought, it's something that feels more significant, as though it holds some deeper meaning. These thoughts come at strange times, which suggests they've embedded themselves in your emotional landscape in a way that you can't quite explain. It's as if your subconscious is gently reminding you of them, urging you to recognize that your connection still exists. What's more, the fact that it happens spontaneously means it's not just a one-time occurrence. It's likely they are experiencing the same thing. The truth is, the stronger the emotional bond between two people, the more they seem to pop up in each other's minds at random as if they're signaling to each other across time and space. So, when you find yourself thinking of them at the oddest moments, don't dismiss it. Instead, take it as a sign that there's still something powerful and unspoken between you, something that doesn't require effort to maintain, because it exists naturally, without warning, even when you're least expecting it. Sign 24. You avoid talking about them, but they're always there. It's strange, isn't it? You don't talk about them, yet their presence lingers in every conversation, every quiet moment. You may avoid bringing them up, perhaps out of some silent agreement with yourself or fear of revealing too much, but their energy fills the air in ways that words never could. Every time there's a pause in a conversation, every moment of silence, they're there with you, lingering in the unspoken. This is what happens when feelings are mutual but left unsaid, when the connection you share remains unacknowledged in the daylight but thrives quietly in the shadows. It's a form of emotional repression, an attempt to suppress or ignore the feelings you've yet to fully confront. And yet, despite this effort, they still occupy a space in your mind, lingering in the background like an unfinished story. It's not just a fleeting thought, it's an emotional undertow that constantly tugs at your consciousness. The more you try to avoid talking about them, the more their presence seems to intensify. The truth is, when feelings are mutual, but neither party is ready or able to speak them out loud, they find another way to communicate. Silence, though it might seem empty, speaks volumes. You might not mention their name, but you feel them, you think of them, and they are woven into the fabric of every moment, every glance, every quiet exchange. The question is not whether you can avoid them, but rather why you're avoiding them at all. Emotional repression may keep them from entering your conversations, but it can never completely erase their presence from your life. You must confront the silence. It's in the unspoken where true feelings often hide. Don't let the silence fool you. It's a reflection of something deeper, a hidden connection that can't be ignored. Sign 25. You still feel connected, even without contact. No calls, no texts, no presence, yet somehow you feel them. Their energy remains with you, walking beside you like a shadow that never fully fades. You can go days, weeks, or even months without speaking to them, and yet the connection remains. It's a strange and powerful sensation, almost as though their essence is still intertwined with yours, even though you're physically apart. You might dismiss it as a figment of your imagination, a momentary lapse in reality, but deep down, you know this feeling is real. It's called emotional entanglement, and it's not just a coincidence. Psychology tells us that this phenomenon occurs when two people share such a deep and meaningful connection that it transcends the physical world. It doesn't matter if you're not talking, if they're not around. The connection endures. Their energy lingers, and you feel their presence, not because they are physically there, but because you've become so emotionally intertwined that their absence doesn't negate the bond. If you've ever felt this, you know it's not something you can easily explain. It's as if you carry a piece of them with you wherever you go, and they carry a piece of you. This emotional entanglement goes beyond simple memories or thoughts. It's the very core of your emotional interaction, one that exists even when there's no direct contact. That's why, even when the world gets busy, even when life moves on, you still feel them. Don't question it, embrace it, because it's a sign that the bond you share is profound, deep, and not easily broken, no matter the distance or time apart. And yes, this is the kind of connection that transcends ordinary relationships, the kind that endures the test of time and space, always keeping you emotionally tethered together. Hey there. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this journey. I hope you found these insights helpful and meaningful. If you've noticed these signs in your own life, take a moment to really pause and appreciate the depth of connection you share. It's easy to overlook the quiet moments and unspoken words, but remember, energy speaks louder than anything else. Your heart, your intuition, and your mind already know the truth. Even when words seem hard to find, the bond can still be incredibly powerful. So, My advice: trust in what you feel, and when the time feels right, don't be afraid to let those silent echoes find their voice. Sometimes, the strongest connections come from the quietest places. Cherish the bond, understand it, and honor it. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.